The heat has gotten to me, but it's made me realize something I never thought I would say or feel. I don't collect comic books anymore. Let's talk about why. So yeah, guys, the heat has gotten to me. If you guys remember, I work construction, so I'm out in the heat all day. It was like 90 something degrees with a real feel of like 102 all day. It just zapped my energy, but I have to get a video out for you guys, and this isn't exactly the topic I was going to discuss, but we're going to do this fun little wacky video with me in bed. So, first things first, why don't I collect comic books anymore? Honestly, price has a big thing to do with it. I mean, I've loved and collected comic books since I was 4. I remember when they were 75 cents, and they gradually have gotten more expensive over the years. Now they're about $4.99, sometimes more than that. It's crazy to think of how much just one single issue is. There's a lot of contributing factors. Inflation, I mean, everything is getting more expensive, but readership has been on the decline, and therefore it costs more, to produce books. They got to make up that margin somehow, so that means the price is going to increase because they're getting less readers. And a lot of it could have been avoided. How could it have been avoided? Well, during the pandemic, which was the perfect opportunity for them to try to attract new readers, they decided they weren't going to release any books digitally. Now, you guys may be thinking, Chris, aren't you the one that really is an advocate for physical media? And that's true, I am, when it comes to movies and such, because you get a better quality. But the way that comic books are and how expensive they are, it's getting harder to get somebody to, drop $5, like we said before, on a single issue to try something out that they may not like. Whereas there is a bunch of services, and we'll talk about them later, that you can read digital books, and that's what a lot of people just want nowadays. And I still wholeheartedly encourage you, if there's a story that you want or a character that you like, go and pick up the physical book, go visit your local comic shop. But for a lot of people, if you're just watching a certain movie that you're like, oh, I might want to try that, you may not want to spend that much money on a physical copy when you can just read it digitally, because oftentimes they're a lot cheaper. Not all the time, but often. One of the ways that hurt comic book companies was them not releasing books during the pandemic. COVID was a perfect time to try to entice new readers to reading. I get not putting them in print, but they should have been in digital, and they opted against that. The pandemic was a time where people were experimenting with new things. A lot of people became bakers or cooks. Some started YouTube channels like this guy right here. So people were trying new things. So it would have been the perfect opportunity to try to get people, to train people in the idea of, hey, titles come out weekly, try a new book, read something that you like. I mean, part of the reason for me is the storytelling isn't always up to par. You think about it, like a 6-part story at $5 a book, I'm investing $30 in a story I may not like. Whereas digitally, you can get it, often a lot cheaper. Now, this next one doesn't have anything to do with the comic book companies, but some comic shops aren't up to snuff either. I've had sour experiences. I bought a book, had it autographed, and submitted it to a comic shop for them to get graded for me, and I never got the book back. It's been over 4 years, and my book is just gone. So that's at least $50 down the drain, So shops aren't doing any favors for, some shops I should say, aren't doing any favors for the customer. No, I'm not throwing shade at my boy Rob over at Dork Forest Comics. If you guys remember, we did a video together. You can see that here. You can check it out. You can see a little bit of his store. He's still got the coolest store in Ontario County. If you are in the Clifton Springs area or able to get to the Clifton Springs area in New York, go check out Dork Forest Comics. It's a great experience. You'll love it. And that's not to say that I stopped reading comics. I still do. I just read them digitally. There's a bunch of great monthly services like DC Infinite, and I believe Marvel has one too. Comixology has a monthly service where you can read a bunch of different titles from all publishers. Or you can buy single issue or trades from Comixology, and they're always running great sales. So definitely check those out if you're looking to scratch your itch for some great comic stories. Yeah, I'm not collecting anymore, but that doesn't mean that I won't pick it back up down the road, I guess. But for the most part, I'm comfortable saying that I'm done, and it's unfortunate. It's something I thought I would miss more, but I don't. Just between the lackluster storytelling for the most part, in my personal opinion, the cost, and some bad experiences with the comic shops, it's just kind of killed my fun. But I do read the occasional story. But let me know down in the comments what you think. Let me know what you're reading. I'm always curious to see what people are reading. So that's going to do it for this week's video, guys. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, do all the social media things. Help me fight the YouTube algorithm. Ring the bell. Check out thewellroundeddude.com. Dude 15 will save you 15% off your total purchase. And check out our podcast, where usually we would put topics like this on there and discuss them, but the heat got to me. So we will see you next time. Take care, stay cool, and we'll be back with a normal video. Hopefully you like this one. Take care. Peace.